Today I want to share some highlights from our study which was recently published in the Annals of Internal Medicine. In this study, we determined the SARS-CoV-2 vaccine effectiveness in a high-risk national population in a real-world setting. Highly effective vaccines for SARS-CoV-2 infection are now available. Early randomized controlled trials demonstrated that these vaccines were more than 90% effective in preventing infection or severe consequences of infection. There are limited data available regarding vaccine effectiveness in the real-world setting in high-risk populations, which include the elderly, the immunocompromised, and those with a high comorbidity burden. Veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces who receive care through the VA healthcare system are such a high-risk population since they are on average older and have a high burden of comorbidities compared with the general population. We chose the VA healthcare system for our study since the VA is one of the largest integrated healthcare networks in the country and has a single electronic health records platform. We used a test-negative case control design to estimate vaccine effectiveness, which is considered the gold standard for this. We studied 54,360 veterans who tested positive and same number of propensity score matched controls who tested negative and calculated the odds of being infected among the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated using conditional logistic regression. Among those who tested positive, 18% had been vaccinated, while among those who tested negative, 33% had been vaccinated. Overall vaccine effectiveness 7 or more days after the second dose was 97.1%. Effectiveness was 96.2% for the Pfizer-BioNTech 162b2 vaccine and 98.2% for the Moderna mRNA 1273 vaccine. Effectiveness remained above 95% regardless of age group, sex, race, or presence of comorbidities. Despite prolific increase in our knowledge about the SARS-CoV-2 virus and the vaccines against this virus, major questions remain unanswered. Three big ones are, firstly, will we need a booster third dose? And if so, for whom and when? Second, will there be a need for an annual vaccine, something like the influenza vaccine? And third, will we need to constantly modify the vaccine due to the rapidly emerging variants of concern? The two biggest challenges in translating our research findings into practice are, firstly, overcoming vaccine skepticism and vaccine hesitancy, and secondly, ensuring global equity in vaccine distribution, whereby the most vulnerable from the poorest nations also have equitable access to these highly effective vaccines.